Hey guys, today I'm going to share with you where to start to create your online course. So, where to start to create your online course. This was a fairly easy one for those who are in practice for a long time. Those who've been in practice for a long time, we're able to see the different types of things that happen for a client to get from A to B, because a course is essentially getting somebody from one spot to a different spot, from being unwell to being well, from being tired to being energized. So what type of story or what type of journey are you going to take your peeps on? Like I said, for people who have been in practice for a long time, this is fairly easy. It's really easy for us to see how long it's going to take for somebody to go from unwell to well. It's fairly easy to see the types of shifts and changes that happen for them along the way. Some of the little hiccups they might have, the challenges they might have, some of the highs that you want to celebrate with them, and the type of outcome that most of your clients are going to get. So back in the day when I was doing it, specifically around adrenal fatigue, it was very easy for me to take someone from second stage adrenal fatigue in about 12 weeks to get them double the amount of energy, better sleep, more consistent in their energy highs and lows, and be able to function and have their brain fog lifted again by about 50%. So knowing that at the beginning I would need to do a certain amount of work with them around their mindset, a certain amount of work with them around their food choices, and definitely a lot to do with the amount of energy expenditure that they were using. And then about 4 weeks' time I'd see a little bit of a drop because people would be coming off track. There'd be all sorts of things impacting their lives. They'd be saying yes to things when they should have been saying no. 6 weeks they'd come good again, and then by the 10 to 12 week mark they were doing really well. Having seen that signature system, I was able to then shift into an online format, providing the information where and when it was needed. So what's your signature system? If you haven't been in practice for a while, or you've only just started in clinical practice, you might not know your signature system yet, for specific treatment plans, for specific symptoms, or that kind of thing. But you might be able to delve into where this happens in your life. So what I've noticed with some of our other online entrepreneurs, people like Denise Duffield-Thomas, they've delved back into their lives and seen where they've had a problem that they need fixing, or where they've had, I want to go from A then to B, and they're able to see how they do it. And how we do one thing is the way that we do everything, and it's generally the way that we will treat other people. So in her system, for instance, there's a decluttering component at the beginning, and I happen to know Denise personally, and she declutters. Whenever something's come up, she's on a mission to declutter. She'll declutter her inbox, she'll declutter her desk, she'll declutter her house, her kids' toy room. And myself, the same thing happens for me, where when I first check in, when my first step is checking whether things are in alignment with me. So my first step is remembering who I am. And interestingly enough, that's in my book as the first step. And that's how I help people. I help them remember who they are initially, and then we do the work. So the next step for me whenever I'm coming up against something is then I remove things that aren't serving me. So I might remove things or declutter in a way. I might remove toxic people, toxic relationships. I might remove things that are in my schedule that don't need to be there. I then fill it with all the good stuff. I fill my life with all the people that I love, that I'm reflected back at. And then at the end, I take action. So they're my 4 steps that I use personally, and then I was able to put them in my book, Freedom from Fatigue, because they're personally the things that I've used, and I've used with clients. And interestingly enough, each of those steps takes about 3 weeks for my clients as well. So what is it for you, and what's your signature system? If you've been in practice, like I said, check out how you treat the majority of the clients that you're with, and the types of symptoms that come up fairly often that you're explaining. And then if you haven't been in practice for a while, then I would check in with what's happening for you in your life, and how you solve problems for yourself, how you take the next step for the journey. I hope this has been helpful, and if it has, please share it with somebody that you know. Any practitioners out there who would benefit from it, share away. And if you'd like to join us to have more of these types of conversations, join us in the Naturepreneur Hub closed Facebook group, and we would love to meet you there. I'll see you on the next vid.